This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Look, we got no controversy with our Wordle t-shirts, okay? There's nobody going, did you put a secret message in there? Unless you think BJ and Miggs is highly controversial, because that's on our Wordle shirt.
That's true.
Yeah.
Man, don't even get me started with Wordle yesterday, BJ.
Oh, yeah. Well, Wordle, it was big news yesterday, right? Because didn't they switch words up a little bit or whatever?
Oh, I'm not even talking about the word that I use, that I always use, penis.
Yeah.
Had 4 of the 5 letters in it.
Whoa.
So I was started off first guess, had 4 out of the 5. It still took me 6 tries to get Wordle.
Good job, buddy. I'm proud of you.
I was so excited. So many people were messaging like, dude, penis is working. I'm like, that's a weird text to get until I finally played Wordle and then I understood what they were talking about.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Well, this Wordle t-shirt that we have, you're going to figure it out quickly because, well, it's already solved. But it's a great t-shirt, man. If you love us, you love Wordle, you've got to get the new BJ and Miggs Wordle shirt. It's in the Rock Shop right now. Go to KISW.com to get it.
Let's play Beat Miggs. It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
Scream his name. Beat Miggs. Don't be a loser.
Whoa.
Beat Miggs. You're a loser.
It is time for Beat Miggs. And it's time to turn down for Julio Gulio.
Charge out for what?
Hopefully we can see. Come on, Julio. Yeah, let's go, Julio. You got to help him win. Yeah, is that what we got to do? More than one game. The last one, 11.
Yeah, we're going to have to start turning down for Kirby if he doesn't pick it up.
Yeah. I mean, we got to do something, that's for sure. Yeah. But J-Rod did have a 3-hit night, but that didn't do anything for the Mariners.
Well, I mean, at least he did well.
Yeah.
And that's all we care about.
Yeah, exactly. Individual stuff works really great on a team sport.
Yeah.
Let's get to our contestant today. We got James in Federal Way. James, are you there?
I am.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here. Goodbye. Yeah. For those playing at home, James will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. James, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
In the movie Ghostbusters, what instrument does Dana play?
Pass.
How many different colors are there in the Google logo?
4.
Yes. The first episode of The Brady Bunch aired in what 60s year?
64, 65, 66.
No. What is the capital of Spain?
Madrid.
Yes. Who is the lead singer of U2?
Bono.
Yes. What is the U.S.'s most eaten seafood?
Crab.
No.
Shrimp.
Yes. Who is the longest tenured member of SNL?
Kenan Thompson.
Yes. Which horoscope sign has a crab?
Cancer.
Yes. What was the name of the shipwrecked boat on Gilligan's Island?
Yes, Minnow.
Yes. Which planet has the most gravity?
Earth.
No. Earth.
Saturn.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Correct.
Well, it's not bad. Hopefully Saturn is not the killer.
Yeah, it might not be.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve's got to get to it, and you know what his first guess is going to be on that one.
Yeah, that's true. But you know how he's Luck Bomb McGee over there.
It is true. And this is an individual sport, so maybe he can get his 3 hits like Gulio did.
All right, we'll see what happens, man.
Steve,
Yes.
are you ready?
Nice.
In the movie Ghostbusters, what instrument does Dana play?
The slapophone.
No.
The ectoplasma.
No.
Plays the flute.
No. How many different colors are there in the Google logo?
4.
Yes. The first episode of The Brady Bunch aired in what 60s year?
1969.
Yes.
Nice.
What is the capital of Spain?
Oh, Madrid.
Yes. Who is the lead singer of U2?
Bono.
Yes. What is the U.S.'s most eaten seafood?
Oh, it's got to be the fruit of the sea. Shrimp.
Yes. Who is the longest tenured member of SNL?
What's his name? Kenan Thompson.
Yes.
Nice work.
Which horoscope sign has a crab?
Sagittarius.
No.
Capricorn.
No.
Crabberelli.
No. What is the name of the shipwrecked boat on Gilligan's Island?
The USS Minnow.
No.
The US Minnow.
No.
The Minnow.
Yes. Which planet has the most gravity?
Mars.
No.
Jupiter.
No.
Saturn.
It is Jupiter, but it was after the sounder.
yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a tie!
Oh, so close, Steve.
So close, and well, yeah. You
Nice
guys
game,
tied.
James.
Thank you.
There you go. There goes James, man. Well, you kept you from getting a song. That's good enough for me.
Yes.
SS Minnow.
It's the SS Minnow, so you're just adding too many letters. I would have just taken
wasted so
Minnow.
much time, man. I was so mad at myself. I was like, wait, what the F?
And actually, if you would have just said Minnow,
I
gotten
know.
to it, you would have won because you
Nice
got to
going.
Jupiter.
I know.
I'm really happy with your performance.
I am not, personally.
The horoscope sign that has a crab is Cancer. James got that one correct. Nobody did know what instrument Dana played in Ghostbusters.
I can't even remember.
Saxophone.
No. It's a stringed instrument that is very large.
Oh, cello.
It's cello, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we were talking about like an instrument to catch the ghosts. So I was like,
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's why I went with the ecto something.
No, it was a musical. I could have put musical there, but
no,
well.
hey, you do what you do.
No, I mean,
Thanks. I will do what I do.
Yeah. I think you're fine, Rev. I'm not sure what's going on over there.
Yeah, neither do I. Well, congratulations on your time with James.
Yeah, nice working, buddy. Hey, there's students at Wiley College in Texas, not quite Princeton or Harvard, I know, but
No.
they learned at their commencement ceremony on Saturday they were debt-free after an anonymous donor paid off what they owed the school.
Oh my gosh, what an
Wow.
dude, this is crazy because, like, legit, this was just being talked about at our church over the weekend. Our pastor, CJ, was doing a whole thing about, like, hey, whatever you can afford to give, for charity or helping people, you should try your best. Like, some people can do more than others. And one of the examples that he used was this billionaire a few years ago paid the debt for, like, 400 students. And it was, like, $34 million he covered. He's called, like, the silent billionaire. Right? Robert Smith is the guy's name. And the reaction of the entire, like, audience of all the students were just, like, pure shock. Like, they're, like, hearing him do his thing and just nonchalantly goes, oh, and your student loan? I paid it. And everyone's just kind of that moment, like, it's like a wave of emotions. Like, you're just like, did he just say what I think he said? Everyone's looking at each other, including the parents. And you can tell the parents are really excited because they're like, I don't have to pay this debt.
Right.
Like, for some of these students, it's like $100,000.
Yeah. The combined balance, there's 100 graduates of this school, so it's about $300,000 total that he paid off.
Wow. Not nearly as much as that billionaire.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Well, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? They're both wonderful stories.
What if you graduated last year? Or you were
you're
supposed to
bummed.
graduate this year, but you didn't have enough credits. So you got, like me, like I ended up going like a half a semester longer, not because I really needed to, but because I wanted to party at Plattsburgh for one more semester. So
Steve Wilder, I get it.
yeah, dude, legit. I was like, Mom, Dad, I can't graduate. I have like 9 more credits to get. They're like, you could just try harder in the next, and take one more class or 2 more classes. I'm like, that's not going to happen. So I stayed for an extra semester.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. And boy, if they found out that you could have graduated this year, it's your parents. I think that would be really like, Steven, we're going to have a talk with you.
That would be one of those moments where my dad would have every right to punch me in the face.
That's like, wow, your whole thing would have been paid off. Instead, okay, party boy.
Oh, wow. Imagine being that person. Like, you have to be like, no, come on, man. Can you take care of me too?
I mean, that's awesome for those kids because I wonder how many of them are going to really use that certificate that degree for what they end up doing. Like how much of it's going to come into play for what they end up doing with their life. That's what irritates me of having to pay so much for college, is that you look at the job some people get and you go, there's no way you needed 4 years of college to do the job that you have to do right now. You were intelligent enough to be trained for this job. I remember that in retail. I'd be like, I do not need a college degree to work retail. You can train me. I'm smart enough. I can learn every aspect of this job. It's because I just knew coming up that a lot of the people doing these retail jobs back in the day came from other countries. They didn't go to college. Right. They were perfectly fine managing the store and all that. So it's like, come on.
Imagine though, like you're thinking, like because for a lot of those kids are like, yes, I graduated. Oh crap! Now I have hundreds of dollars a month that I have to pay. If not, maybe over $1,000 a month I have to pay for my student loans, and that's just wiped away. What a game changer.
It is a game changer. And it's, you're right, Steve. It really does suck for everybody else where that doesn't happen. And then they walk into the world in massive debt, which is, I just don't think that's what we intended as people. You know, we've got a public school system, which used to be what was enough. You know, it used to be enough back in the day for you to get a decent job and have a good life. Just graduate high school, get that degree, which was free, you know, because of the taxpayers. But that's not, now you can't do that. And you're in massive debt when you walk out of college. It's
just doing one of my family members and lied and say that they went to a college and they never did. They went really far in their career.
I mean, there are people who have done that in their resumes for sure.
Dude, that was one of the
big
best
political figures.
That was one of the best pieces of advice when I first moved out here and I was having no luck finding a radio job. And I remember I finally had like lunch with someone that was in radio and I was talking to him and he's just like, you know what you got to do? And I'm like, well, what? And he's like, you got to lie on your resume. And I was like, well, excuse me? He goes, well, I mean, like, you know, just fib. It's not a full lie, but don't say that you worked at a college radio station. Have it say that you worked at a radio station. Yeah. Remove the college part. And I guarantee you'll start getting some phone calls. And sure as he was right. As soon as I removed college radio station from my resume of the Plattsburgh radio station I worked at, which was a college station, and he's like, if they ask you, don't lie and just say, yeah, it was a college station, but I performed all the duties of a terrestrial, commercial radio station. And man, he was right. I got every other application after that, I got a call back.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that way, but yeah, that's, it's all a big shell game, isn't it?
Yes, it
really is. It really, really is.
And I remember just thinking in my head, I'm like, this is so stupid. Nothing changed other than I removed one word. I didn't change anything else in the blurb, back when you write a little description of what you did at the radio station. And nothing changed except for the fact that I removed college radio station, Plattsburgh, New York.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, of course, they want to pay you entry-level money, but they don't want you to be an entry-level person. It's like, give me a break. I know every industry is kind of like that. I mean, maybe it's changing, but I used to laugh at our industry going, wait a second, you want to pay somebody the least you can, but you want the best professional ever to walk through the door, and you want that guy to take the littlest money possible? What world do you live in?
Man, though, I would love to troll, the next class. Let's just say I was someone that was worthy of giving a commencement speech at a college.
Okay,
and it's the same college of this guy who just covered the student loan. So next semester when everyone's graduating, they're like, oh, I wonder what this guy's going to do. It's almost like, it's a game of one-upmanship. Yeah. And I'm like, I remember last semester I heard this, that you guys, all the college student loans were all taken care of. And no one's like, what's going to happen? Like, just want to let you know I covered all the pastries today at the catering.
Look at that little pause there. Yes. These are from Legendary Donuts. Right. If you don't know, this place is amazing for their donuts and more. So
they're not called legendary for another reason other than the fact that they're legendary.
That's on me, kids. Just want you to know how much I appreciate what you've done.
And you know what? I'm feeling even more coffee taken care of. I got you.
Oh, look at you.
Whoa. All right. Now you've won up that guy.
You're getting them ready for the business world.
Yeah. Not the Starbucks, though. Don't get the Starbucks.
No, just a drip.
Yeah, just a drip coffee.
Yeah, let's not get crazy here. You got to leave yourself something next year that you can do that, ups the game.
Oh my gosh. That is a little bit of pressure. Because you see that on Undercover Boss. Yeah. I always feel like that's a game now the rich people play on that show. Who could be more giving to their employees at the end of the episode.
I wondered if they had employees like me, I'd be pissed. If I worked for a major chain and just because Jim's got issues because somebody passed away or he doesn't have enough money to send I'd be like an employee going, are you effing kidding me? What about me? I work for you too. Are you serious? Oh, I would be so pissed if I was an employee of any of those companies with Undercover Boss because he only gives it to one person.
Oh, no, they give it to a good, one gets the big payout, but they have there's 4 or so people they end up having at the end of the episode.
Excuse me, you're right. 5 people get the advantage while the rest of us in the chain get nothing.
I would just love it though if you were one of the 5 people and he's like, after your story, they have lunch and he's like, BJ, we're going to give you $5,000 to go on a nice little vacation. And then they end up giving like some other woman who has like an incredible sob story that's like, she gets like $50,000 worth of stuff.
Oh, I'd be
like,
so pissed.
A trust fund for her kids and this, that, and left, right. And then you see BJ walk back onto the camera and go, why is she getting all that money? Not me.
Should I tell you about my sad life too? Is that what it takes for you to be a decent boss? Seriously, Is that what I'm getting here?
I didn't realize I needed to cry in front of you to get all this stuff.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, look at me. I lost my cat when I was 3. Give me $50,000. No.
I'll do that when I watch the show sometimes. I'm like, that's all? That's all you're giving that person after that sob story? What the hell's wrong with this terrible boss?
Yeah. I would be horrible on that show if I was like one of the employees. I'd be like, I hate this guy.
And an undercover boss first. A man walks back onto the set and yells at his boss because he didn't get enough money at the end of the episode.
Yeah, keep your stupid vacation. Hey, imagine this. Imagine being at a Metallica concert and the person next to you starts giving birth.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this happened. Enter Baby Man? I don't know. I'll tell you all about this at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A woman gave birth to a baby boy during Metallica's concert on Saturday night in Brazil. She was 39 weeks pregnant and went into labor during the encore. I don't know, 39 weeks, my brain can't do that, but is that 9 months? 9 times 4 is 36.
Yeah, it's usually 40 weeks.
Oh, yeah. So
it was a little early.
A week early, yep.
That's the power of Metallica.
Yeah.
Rattled that baby out of her.
He was probably moshing in there and was like, you know what? It's time to get out there.
Baby's first mosh pit.
Head banging right on out.
Right?
Yeah.
Metallica out of the hoo-ha.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hooah!
Yeah. It used to be metal up your you-know-what. Now it's metal out of the you-know-what.
Yeah. Well, she did give birth during their final tune, Enter Sandman, which is kind of cool because he entered the world. I mean...
it's got a lullaby in it, too.
Yeah.
Enter baby.
Yeah. He came out at 11:15 p.m. Medical personnel were going to take her to the local hospital, but the baby was just too darn close. And the baby's name is Luan, and the mother joked that she was going to name him James Ulrich. Yeah. And little Luan must be the youngest fan ever to attend a Metallica concert. I don't think anyone's got that beat. Yeah.
You stop the show if you're Metallica. You know, sometimes bands will stop the show if people are getting too close to the barricade. Pearl Jam's done that. Lots of bands have done that where it's like out of safety for your fans. Yeah. Hey, everybody take a couple steps back. If you found out that was a baby, wouldn't you like break it down or like slow it during like the little interlude, like the lullaby part? Just kind of like give a shout out to the baby and the mom, right?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I feel like at that stage of my career, I would hope somebody would. I would love to have known about that if I were them. Oh. I mean, that's just because you've been doing what they've been doing for so long. How cool is it? Like you said, it was like during the perfect song for a baby to be born, at least out of their music.
I'd be like crowd surfer to the front of the stage. Kurt's gonna cut the umbilical cord with his guitar.
Wow. I did not expect that particular scenario, but
fine, okay. Lars will do it.
All right, fine. Wow. Yeah, it's wow. But yeah, the baby's a second old. It's the youngest kid. There's no way it's not.
First mosh pit ever.
Yeah.
I'm picturing that, but I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably sitting in a seat, like in a high up section. Like, I don't know if necessarily she's in the pit.
I would hope she's not in the pit at 39 weeks.
Right.
That would be a great, though, like, baby onesie would just be, like, born in the pit.
Yeah. If I'm Metallica, I'm definitely sending him a gift basket.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you come on. I mean, if it happened during a Foo Fighters show, Dave would probably adopt the kid, so they got to do something.
And shouldn't this be like free concerts for the kid forever? At least Metallica concerts?
I would definitely hook him up with a free, just for one ticket. Mom and dad have to pay.
Yeah, that's fair enough, yeah.
What did they do to deserve that?
Well, that's not good.
Well, what did they do?
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking at the picture of the dad, and he's rocking a Metallica shirt and a Metallica hat.
I'd hope so.
Right? What if he hates Metallica?
Is that a surprise to it's pretty. They're at a show. He better be rocking that stuff, right?
I've gone to concerts just because my wife wanted to see an artist, and I'm like, I'll just go along. And then maybe in his head, he's like, man, I just wish this baby would come so we could leave the show already. And then it shows up at the last song.
Right. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. You did go. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's possible that, in fact, he hates them, but he just put the shirt on and,
Well, no, clearly now I know he doesn't, BJ. Yeah. I'm just saying that's...
it's probably, yeah. I mean, maybe the mother hates him, and she's like, boy, the things I do for my husband, and now I got to give birth at this show.
Typically, I get annoyed when people are, like, talking or, like, trying to, like, interrupt the experience of watching the concert, but that might be one of those moments where I'm like, you know what? I'm okay not seeing the rest of Enter Sandman. Watching the birth of someone's child is pretty amazing.
Oh, you're going to give him a pass for that one?
Hey, could you keep it down? Can you tell that 1 day, 1 minute old to shut up?
Yeah.
1 minute old.
And put your phone away, all right? I'm trying to watch this show. You don't have to record everything.
They're playing my song, man.
It's kind of like the birth of my kid. No, I don't care. Yeah.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
Yeah, so this woman gave birth to a baby boy during Metallica's concert. So based on this, we want to know, what was the most insane thing that you've ever seen at a concert or an event? And, I mean, it had nothing to do with that concert or event.
Nice.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. So, what was the most insane thing that you have seen at a concert or event that had nothing to do with that concert or event? We got your calls. We got your texts after Metallica on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A woman gave birth to a baby boy during Metallica's concert. Based on this, we want to know, what was the most insane thing you've seen at a concert or an event that had nothing to do with that concert or event? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
You got some text messages, BJ. A threesome, 2 girls, 1 guy in the bleachers at AC/DC's Tacoma Dome show. Security stopped them and made them leave. The threesome was not happy.
Well, I mean, I feel like...
salute you.
Yeah. I don't know how to feel about that, because I feel like you really want to see that show. You know what I mean? And I guess, okay, it breaks out, but...
I don't know, man. There's a lot of kids it's crazy as that sounds, at an AC/DC show. Many times I've gone, you got people of all ages. I don't know if people want to necessarily watch a sex show happening at an AC/DC concert.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, I would want to watch the show itself. Like, why are you telling me why are you bothering me with this threesome right now? Like, why is this my only opportunity? I paid good money to see this show. Here's Steve. Yeah, that's right, Steve. Why don't you let the people see what they want? Let them watch sex everywhere.
Right. This Tacoma Dome wants to see a threesome, and they're going to get a threesome, BJ.
I didn't want to see AC/DC. It specifically said on the tickets, threesomes possible, and I'm here for those.
Brian Johnson, we want to see that. We want to see that guy's Johnson.
That's what we want to see.
Wow.
All right. We want to see those dirty deeds done dirt cheap by those 2 ladies.
I'm glad we're on the same page. I was a little concerned.
Well, I want to see
am I getting a pruder with my age, with the child now? I don't know.
No, not at all. No, I was just looking at it. It's like I would be angry as the dude going, I really want to see this show, but I mean, I understand this is an opportunity. Why now, ladies? Why now?
I told you guys we should have waited until afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now we don't get to see AC/DC.
Exactly. And then I would get thrown out of the show. You know what? This is why no one ever wanted to even do twosomes with me, because I just, I Larry Davided the whole thing.
And I've seen them twice at the Tacoma Dome, and both times were phenomenal shows, so they missed out.
Yeah. Let's go to Julie. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Julie, you are on The Rock.
Hi, guys. Oh, my gosh. I'm so excited to talk to you guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Where are you calling us from, Julie?
A little town called Chihuahua.
Oh, I don't even know where that is. Where is that?
It's a little teeny town kind of between Spokane and the Canadian border.
Oh, well, there we go. Between Spokane
and we
and the
rock
Canadian
in Chihuahua.
Oh, wow. I don't even know how that's possible. Okay, congratulations.
I think it's a make-believe land, and she's on the message.
All right. Well, I guess you can get to the Canadian border from Spokane, too, now that I think about it. Okay, fine. You know what? Geography was failing me, but you know what? I succeeded again. What you got for us, Julie?
You know what a popcorn machine looks like? You know, all that popcorn's just flying.
Yes.
I went to a Pink Floyd concert at Angel Stadium, and food fight, massive food fight. The entire Angel Stadium was a food fight, and we were on the grass, and my friend got pelted with a peach that had been thrown like 50 times right in the chest, and then we ended up just putting our blanket on top of us, and by the time we finally got out, it was like 2 feet of trash because everybody all around the sides was just pelting everybody on the grass with trash.
Are you saying this was at the Big A in Anaheim where the Los Angeles Angels play? That's where it happened?
Right, Pink Floyd.
Wow. Well, that's nuts.
Dude, and you got to imagine it's a Pink Floyd show. There's several people that are on hallucinogenics while all this is going on.
I was.
Okay. Well, there you go. That would freak me out if all of a sudden like a hot dog went flying by my face. I think I'd be like, what do we do? How do we do we dig a hole? How do we get out of here?
Yeah, I think I wonder if it really did look like a popcorn machine in reality, or if, Julie, you might have said, wow, man.
No, really. It looked like a popcorn machine.
That's awesome.
Did you stick around for the show?
Heck yeah, because it was during the day. You had to go in during the day, so it was like, half-day event on the grass and then into the night. Yeah, it was phenomenal.
That's awesome, because, I mean, sometimes I've been on hallucinogenics in my life where something weird happens. I'm like, that's it. I got to go.
Wasn't that a Disturbed show?
Yes.
Yeah, that was different for you.
Which was a terrible idea, and I still stand by. Do not do hallucinogenics at a Disturbed show. It's a bad idea. Even the band agreed when I told them I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you went to a hellish realm at that point.
I was just celebrating getting a new job at The Rock. Then met a bunch of listeners, and it got really intense in the bar.
Yes,
and I was like, you know what? I need to go watch the show. Opened up the door, and they just started, and they had all like the lights and the flames on the stage. And I thought I opened the door to hell, and I'm like, can't do it. Turned around and walked out.
Time to go.
You made some very interesting decisions in your life, sir.
Yes,
you really.
That might be one of the worst.
Yeah. 206-421-ROCK, text us at 77999. We want to know the most insane thing that you've seen at a concert or an event that had nothing to do with the concert or the event.
Dude, this text is awesome because I saw this video yesterday. I watched it over and over, and I couldn't stop laughing. I was at UFC 274 in Arizona last weekend, and I saw the chick that tried to get into the cage and got tossed by security. It was unreal. She went flying.
Wow, I wonder what people. Yeah, again, you have to be drinking. I mean, granted, you got maybe there's a lot of testosterone in the air, and maybe that you're sniffing that and feeling like. But that is the last thing I would do is to try to get in the cage.
It was this tiny girl, like she looked like maybe she's like 120 pounds, like maybe she's like in her early 20s. She had to be drunk. She jumped the barricade from where her section was and just beelined it straight to the cage, and the security guy's like, yeah, what are you doing? And he just chucked her. It was so funny, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just okay. Yeah, peace out, lady.
Yeah.
And do you think she was trying to do it to be any kind of TikTok famous or anything?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Drunk, an attempt to be TikTok, which she accomplished. She got chucked. It was so funny.
Yeah, man.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it's, you know what, everyone's jackass now. That's pretty much what it is. Thanks to TikTok, everybody can be Johnny Knoxville.
I mean, it's impressive she even got close to the cage.
Yeah.
I mean, she got to the level of the octagon.
But she's like 4 feet tall. What was she going to do when she got there? It's not like she could climb it.
You know, honestly, if I was security, I almost would let her get in there. I'm like, what are you going to do? I'm very curious. I know we can't encourage that behavior, but right?
Yeah.
What was the end result?
What is she thinking? Did she think she was at the Oscars or a Dave Chappelle show? You can't get in there.
She was drunk and thought it was Will Smith up there. She was getting revenge.
Yeah, that's what it was. Well, yeah. Well, boy, that would have been awesome to be in the front row to see that happen.
Anywhere,
to get front row seats to the security guard, just tossing, really like tossing her like it's some sort of little person tossing contest, really.
And imagine being her friend where you're like, look, if I had a few drinks, I'd probably be like, yeah, do it. Good idea. And then you're watching, you're like, Sheila's going to make it. She's really going to make it. She got over the barricade. Oh.
Sheila's not going to make it. You're absolutely right. Dude, you and I, we would be like, oh, this is the greatest entertainment ever because, first off, I'm not doing this. I will not get hurt.
Someone brought up a very good point because, this all stems from the story about a woman giving birth at a Metallica concert.
Pretty epic thing to see that had nothing to do with the show.
Someone had a very good question. Did Metallica stop the show and make her pay for the kid's ticket? They're not going to give anything away for free.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
I totally believed it was a Kiss show.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
that makes more sense.
They start selling the Kiss umbilical cord cutter.
Right?
We have Kiss birthing rooms over there for $59.99. You can apply at kissonline.com. Yeah, so this woman gave birth at a Metallica show, and pretty epic thing to see, and we're wondering, how about you? 206-421-ROCK, text us at 77999. I'm wondering about Vicky, because, Vicky leads quite a life. And I know the epic thing you saw wasn't at a show one time, and when you were in Europe and you saw one of your favorite actors from the Sherlock show. I know that's an epic thing you saw.
Yeah, but that wasn't a concert.
Are you doing a donkey show, or what's going on?
No, it was from the Sherlock show.
She was at a donkey show in England. We didn't want to bring it up, but that was the show she was at.
I didn't think I'd find a donkey show in England, and lo and behold, I found an ad in one of the little phone booths, and of course I had to go.
I'm a donkey. Would you like to see my show?
But that is only the second coolest thing I've ever seen.
Okay. What was the first?
No, actually, my favorite is when you go to like a metal show or a rock show and the fans are really, really into the vibe. For example, in this moment, I went to go see them at the Moore Theater. And the amount of people that dress up very much like Maria Brink.
Like cosplay.
Yeah, it's almost like a cosplay. But then sometimes you see doms and subs. So for those who don't know, dominatrixes are dominants and submissives. And one was walking one on all fours with a leash. So she was the dom and she was walking her sub on a leash.
Little doggy around.
Yeah, we've seen that in Chicago a couple times.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But like the full latex outfits and everything. And I'm just like, oh, okay. That's awesome.
I wonder if he had to pay, or whoever the sub was had to pay, because a lot of times isn't that the thing? You pay the dom to treat you the way you want to be treated.
I mean, if it's a money transaction type situation, sometimes this is what they do in their relationship, and it's all negotiated beforehand.
Well, that's cool if it was free. A guy, I mean, that's a real cool thing if he didn't have to pay for it.
No, so I mean, it was.
Yeah, could you get into the show for free? Be like, this is my emotional support animal.
Yeah, that's right.
I think they would have to wear one of the dog muzzles. Like they have
and
special.
The
they have special.
If you don't have the red vest on,
yeah.
Dude, at this point, anyone has a red vest, who are we to question?
Yeah, you really can't. I mean, arguably, he is supporting that person emotionally.
Dogs, cats,
yeah,
subs.
Why can't you have an emotional support person to get them in for free? I think you got a good plan here.
Oh man, we smell a lawsuit. They don't let it happen, right, BJ?
I like this plan.
Right, BJ?
Yeah. You know what? I'm 100% in. Apparently, I'm the one that's going to spearhead this. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Oh, that's awesome. Well, there was a guy, we have to talk about this guy who broke a world record for balancing something completely ridiculous on his chin. And no. Okay, well, I shouldn't say that. It's very possible. No. You're going to hear what he did at 7:50 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, if you're upside down in your mortgage, should you continue to make the payment?
Continuing to pay your mortgage or not is a complex decision because you're going to have to pay to live somewhere. You're going to have a housing payment. So continuing to make your house payment really depends on several factors. One is whether or not you have a second mortgage. The second one is how affordable your ongoing monthly mortgage payment is. Another issue is whether your mortgage is adjustable and you're facing an increase in your mortgage payments later on when interest rates go up. If you do have a second mortgage in this economy with the housing prices being down, oftentimes we can take off or strip off that second mortgage in a Chapter 13 case so that you'd only have the first mortgage to continue to pay.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.